I've seen the rivers and the mountains, the forest through the trees. I've seen the deserts and canyons. I've seen a tumbleweed. I watched the sunset off the west coast with the sand between my toes. I've been east freezing my bollocks off in 6 inches of snow. I've seen the interstates and freeways from my rental car. Mostly though, I've seen a lot of bars.
So this tour is slightly different in that you have Truck Stop Honeymoon backing you. Tell me how that's going to work.
Well, it came about from, I saw them play at Llama Tree Festival last summer, and they're like a husband and wife duo, and just amazing band. Saw them, loved them, and then just kind of like, I think just on Facebook or something afterwards, was just like my favourite new band, blah, blah. And it turns out they'd seen my set, and they got in touch, and we just sent each other our records. And then I was out, and they said, if you ever need any gigs in the States, give us a shout. So we went out, we played a couple of shows and kind of hung out. And then it turns out they had the studio, and I'm always looking out somewhere to record the next record. And so we just booked the studio in basically, and they've got like a barn out back of their house in Kansas. And it turns out that Mike is a legend. Like, used to have a studio in New Orleans, and now it's in Kansas, and he's made hundreds, maybe even thousands of records. And it was brilliant. Went down there, moved into the house with all the kids and everything, and spent 4 days doing the record. And then the natural thing was like, right, how are we going to make this record live? Like, so invited them over. So they're opening the show as Truck Stop Honeymoon, and then we just jump up, double bass. Mike plays pretty much everything. So he flips between mandolin, banjo, and guitar. Bobby Banjo's, of course, here doing banjo and guitar, and then Katie plays double bass. Everybody sings, and yeah, you know, we had the songs from the record, which obviously we can do, and we're just chucking in some old ones. Like I said, I quite like the fact that we didn't get a rehearsal yesterday, and it's all just like, sort of like jumping in there. You know, we found our feet quite quickly. They're even more relaxed musically than I am, which I think is where we kind of originally bonded, and they're super talented. So
you've been in the US for the last 6-7 weeks with Frank Turner.
Exactly.
Tell me a wee bit about that.
It was amazing. You know, obviously Frank's looked after us, and I've done stuff with him over the years. And you know, I wouldn't be doing anything really if it wasn't for the leg ups that he's give us. But he continues to give us the leg up. So yeah, 7 weeks. I was traveling with the other support band, a band called Skinny Lister, who I knew, and we were mates anyway, but 7 weeks in the van, you know, part of the family now, sharing hotel beds and the works. But yeah, touring America is like a dream come true, really. You kind of, when you hear about that sort of life on the road and that sort of thing, when you get out to the States, you kind of grasp that because it is so big, and it feels like you could kind of tour forever and just kind of play a different town every night and just kind of like cause a storm and just kind of like bail out on the understand that you're never going to come back again.
One of the songs on the new album is about America, and I think a bit about your love of America.
Yes. A great American novel. Yeah, I've got a lot. You know, I've got songs about American sort of conspiracy theories and the fuck you Nashville and all that, and obviously there's a lot that America does wrong, and a lot, you know, of complaints that definitely should be directed that way. But all my favourite, you know, music and books and films and all that shit comes out, you know, and there's amazing people there. You know, you can't blame the public of America for the, you know, foreign policies or the shit that goes on. And I just felt like I'd sort of given it quite a lot of stick. And it's like a story song of the tour we did in March, where we did like 10,000 miles in a hire car. And I could have written a song about, you know, different people that I met and different nights that we had, but it's just like sucker punched 4 weeks into 4 minutes and just sort of like told the whole story as well, for my benefit as much as anybody else's, so that I can remember where I've been.
Album comes out 1st of December, right? Your birthday as well. The party planned? So you got plans for the album launch?
Well, that's kind of how this whole sort of putting an album out on your birthday stuff started, was because for my first record, it was like just the kind of bums on seats, needed people to come to my album launch. And my mates, it was about the same time that my mates had stopped coming to my gigs, you know, like, so generally, when you start making music, I think you can kind of expect your friends to turn up. But if you've been doing it for a while, your friends aren't expected to turn up, and people that want to hear the music sort of start turning up. And I guess that first record was about neither here nor there. So I did an album launch to the people that wanted to come for the music, and I did a birthday party for my friends. Kind of jammed them all in, so it made it look like there was a bit more people there for the album launch, and it just kind of went from there. Now, to be honest, a lot, and it was almost like now the record kind of surpasses my birthday a little bit. For years, I just would do a gig on my birthday for the album launch. This now, because like of the tour and whatnot, I've actually got a day off, so I'll probably just go to my local pub with my wife, and some mates. But there will be plenty of celebrations either side through the gigs and whatnot. So.